have to be worried. We're out there every day monitoring what's happening on a national basis and what's going on in California, but it hasn't happened here yet. So we're just so encouraging people. Education is fundamental for democracy. So we need you to send your kids to school, know they're safe, know we're protecting them, and you'll hear from some different parts of the community about what we're doing to make sure that the schools are safe, and this is a great time to send your kids to school. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Brenda Zamora, the school trustee, who has a great, she knows from firsthand what's going on. Thank you so much, Brenda.
Thank you. Good morning. Buenos dias. I am here on behalf of the Board of Trustees. Like Commissioner Sagerbloom said, this is very personal to me. I represent most of the East Side, so we are seeing these issues every single day. Living down the street, seeing Lamb, we have multiple schools together, the traffic congestion. So when we talk about traffic safety, it is really important. And for the first time, I do have talking points because I do not want to miss what we're doing in the district. So we are so excited that in August, we have partnered with the municipalities, Clark County School District, the Clark County Commissioner's Office, and we have a school traffic working group. And this is going to be coordinated, systemic approach to traffic safety around school zones. So one thing I want to highlight is we actually have a really interesting traffic alert on Lamb right here, which actually changes the speed limit depending on what school is coming in. So that's just to show how important it is. Oh, and I love my talking points. Thank you. Because of all the schools we have in this little corner. This is a tremendous example of partnership with our municipalities. Parents deserve to feel confident that their kids are safe to go into from school, and it will take an effort of everyone coming together. So I'm really glad that all of you are here because we need to spread this message. It's okay. It is no secret that many families who are part of our immigrant community are afraid right now. I do want to remind folks and ensure folks that we are protecting our students and our teachers. CCSD is dedicated to providing a free, appropriate public education to all children, regardless of their immigration status, as guaranteed by the United States and the Nevada Constitution. And we need to remind our families of this every single day. I know there is rumors that there's some attendance and it's going down. So far, we do not have data, but I know CCSD is doing the effort to go to those families and also ensure them about the resources we have and reminding them of our commitment to those families. And the board and Superintendent Ebert remain committed to providing all CCSD students with a safe and inclusive learning environment. And I really appreciate all of you being here. Please help us spread this message and this word. Everyone's protected. We are committed to all students and our teachers. Thank you, Commissioner Sagerbloom.
Now we have Assemblywoman Cecilia Gonzalez.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me here. My district is a little bit away from here, and so I want to talk about, I'm an assembly member for Assembly District 16. However, I'm also the chair of the Nevada Latino Caucus, and I'm here today to talk to you all about a very important bill, which is AB 460. And AB 460, which we also have been calling it the Family Unity Support Act, is about making sure that in this space of uncertainty, that Nevada's children are never left without care, stability, or a place for their future. We know that far too many families in our state, especially our mixed status families, are threatened by separation. It is a real fear every day that we as a caucus are constantly managing, dealing with, and being contacted by. And so what AB 460 does, which came out of listening sessions with the community, is it puts common sense safeguards in place to protect children when their parents or guardians are facing deportation or sudden separation. It allows parents to formally choose who will care for their children by filling out that decision and putting it with the Nevada Secretary of State in their digital lockbox, which is a secure official registry that can be accessed when needed. It ensures that in any immigration-related separation between a parent or guardian and child, that any relative or person that they would like to represent them is able to step up and bypass a lot of those legal challenges that we face when we talk about guardianship and family separation. This bill is really our attempt as a state and state lawmakers at keeping families together and connected, and making sure that our children are not falling in the cracks of having to go to foster care in the system that is already overburdened in our state. For our community and for every Nevadan family, AB 460 is a promise that we are not leaving you guys behind. And again, I'm really proud of the work that we were able to accomplish this legislative session. And I'm thankful that the governor was able to put this into law. I really hope that we continue to work together and educate our community about this bill, because it is very important when we're talking about the current times that we are in, where people are constantly being under attack. Every time we see a police officer, we're automatically thinking it's ICE because of the national fear that's going on. And so we just wanted people to know that we as state lawmakers listened. We are very limited in what we can do around immigration enforcement. And there were other attempts that we don't have time to talk about in this specific press conference, but we just want folks to know that the Latino Legislative Caucus is listening, and we are doing what we can to make sure that we can address some of the fears in our community. I want to thank the commissioner so much for having me today. And again, I hope everybody researches and looks up AB 460. Thank you so much.
Now, Assemblywoman Cynthia Moore.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner, for inviting me here today. Assemblywoman Cynthia Moore, and I represent Assembly District 11. My district is part of the Commissioner's District, and we do represent parts of East Las Vegas, which is why this issue is really important to me. I'm a mother. I'm also a child of immigrants, and I know many families in my district are mixed status families. Nevada has the largest share of mixed status families in the country. So seeing what's happening at the national level definitely is scaring a lot of folks in our community. Just a few weeks ago, I spent some time along with the Young Democrats of Nevada going to businesses in East Las Vegas, talking to them about what are the things that they've been seeing, and handing out Know Your Rights posters and red cards as well. And every business that we talked to, they talked about how people are living in fear. They don't see the same amount of people coming into their businesses. They have seen their businesses slow down, and as a result, they've had to lay people off. We know that right now we live in uncertain times, and we also are very connected. We see what's happening on social media, and just like Assemblymember Cecilia Gonzalez said, every time we see some law enforcement activity, people assume automatically that it's ICE. But I just want to share with all of you, it is important to send your children to school. It is important for them to get their education, because at the end of the day, if they miss school, they're going to fall behind, and they're going to miss out on their education, and also helping the family in other times. But just like Assemblymember Gonzalez said, I want to emphasize that the Latino Caucus is committed to continue to listening to our community, and especially the Latino community, and we are already working together. There's not much we can do because session ended in June, but I know we're already planning ahead as to what it is that we will do in 2027. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, Patricia Cortez, the consul from Mexico.
Thank you. Buenos dias. Good morning to you all. Well, first I'd like to thank you, Commissioner, for having us here. Thank you all for what you're doing for the Mexican and Hispanic community. On behalf of the Consulate of Las Vegas, we are also very committed and absolutely reaffirm the importance of the well-being of all of the members of our community. We're seeing what you are seeing too, and we are doing our best to reassure and help the families. I agree, and we also always stress this with our families, that sending the kids to school is very important. So I would like to remind you and take this opportunity to let you know that we have free immigration consultations in the consulate, regardless of status. Everybody is welcome. These consultations can be provided either by phone or in person, and you do not need appointments for that. Next week, we will have the External Legal Assistance Week, or SALE, Semana SALE, which will take place from the 18th until the 22nd. And during this time, the committee will be able to access information and guidance on immigration, family matters, as well as processes related to U visas, WAVA visas, and DACA, among others. Our calendars are available on our social media and on our website. And then from August 25th to 29th, we will hold Labor Rights Week as well, with legal consultations specialized on labor issues. We also have a 24/7, an emergency number, if you or your families feel that someone is in danger or someone has been detained, please let us know. We work together. We've approached all police departments and ICE as well to let them know about the importance of consular notification. Everybody is entitled to that, so you know. And yeah, the doors of the consulate are always open. Let me stress that too. You do not need an appointment for these matters. Please reach out either by phone, come and visit us, and our doors are open for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Councilman Isaac Barone.
Thank you very much, Commish. It's good to see you here, bright and early, bushy-tailed on a fine morning. I'm a councilman for the city of North Las Vegas. I also serve with the trustee and the vice president of our board as an appointed trustee, but I'm here to speak as a city council member. Y bienvenidos a todos. Muchas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. De verdad está un precioso día. Y pues hoy parece que se está bajando poquitito el calor, ¿verdad? Los puedo asegurar a todos, como yo, yo estoy jubilado como maestro, y les puedo asegurar que cada escuela que ustedes ven del distrito escolar es un lugar de seguridad. It is as a retired teacher for 3 decades, I can assure you that every CCSD site is definitely a place of safety. However, safety also includes how families, especially our children, come to and from each school site. And in that, the municipalities are good partners, I think, with the CCSD. Our responsibility also is making sure that the roads are safe getting here. So in that, I'm mostly going to focus on traffic safety. Our Public Works recently finished construction on traffic signals which enhance pedestrian safety at 2 schools. That includes Cram Middle School and Legacy High School, mostly on Deer Springs. Deer Springs and Clayton, and Deer Springs and North Fifth Street. At Bruce and Williams, recently we were alerted by one of our fine people in the community, one of our residents, that a street zone flashing light had been hit recently by a car, and it was precariously hanging by a thread. But we got it replaced really quickly, just in time for the school year to start. Our police department is also committed to safety, and in this, we have several traffic officers that are assigned to various school zones from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m., especially when we're coming to and from the school. And they're going to be, they'll be saturating the school zones and surrounding areas to take appropriate enforcement action as needed. They're going to especially be looking for speeding vehicles. They'll be looking for pedestrians who are not utilizing marked crosswalks. They'll be looking for vehicles that are stopped or parking where prohibited. And remember, no U-turns in school zones. It's very dangerous. They're going to ask parents to use a designated pickup and drop-off areas and to be cautious of pedestrians. The city of North Vegas, like the other municipalities, is also focused on doing other things. Everyday things that perhaps people don't notice. The city of North Vegas funds the school crossing guards throughout our city, which, there's numerous of them. And on top of that, we also have numerous school zones that have, what we call safe key for children, of course, who will be they'll be being educated and being taken care of until their parents can come and pick them up. So, con eso les voy a dejar, pero pues obviamente vamos a estar aquí dispuestos para sus preguntas. Again, safety is the entire community's responsibility, and the city of North Vegas stands, of course, with Clark County, with CCSD, and the rest of our municipal partners to ensure that your children come to and get home from school safely on a daily basis. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Now we have Andrew Bennett, who's head of traffic safety for Clark County, and also very tall.
Thank you, Commissioner. I appreciate the opportunity to be invited to speak specifically about school zone safety. My name is Andrew Bennett. I have the privilege of serving as the director of the Clark County Office of Traffic Safety. School zones exist for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to ensure that our kids can get to and from school safely. The councilman covered a lot of the laws that we focus on, speed, U-turns, pedestrian safety. But this morning I want to speak specifically about our crossing guard program. The crossing guards deserve our respect. It's important to know that when the crossing guard is in the intersection, they hold that intersection until they're completely out of the road. You're not allowed to pass in front or behind of a crossing guard until they're out of that intersection. This year, Clark County deployed a record number of 397 crossing guards across our schools in unincorporated Clark County. I looked this morning and I met with several of them on the way here. We have 27 crossing guards within 1 mile of this school here at Cortez. We have 6 specifically dedicated here at Cortez Elementary. We also have crossing guards at the 2 middle schools around here as well. Crossing guards are the first line of defense and our last line of defense. And as they can't do it alone. We do need the community support as well as the other jurisdiction support. As the trustee mentioned, we're excited that next week for the first time, I look forward to co-chairing the Regional School Traffic Safety Working Group with the superintendent, and that'll help us align our policies and ordinances as we move forward to ensure that we're doing everything possible to keep our kids safe on their way to and from school. Lastly, traffic safety, the jurisdictions can only do so much. This is a community, a need. We need every single member that's traveling through a school zone to slow down, pay attention, put your phone down, and watch for the little ones. And we hope to have a successful school year. And with that, I'll turn it back over to the commissioner. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrew. Now I'd like Trustee Zamora to explain the policy, the open schools, the closed schools policy. What
Thank you, Commissioner Sager-Bloom. So one thing I forgot to mention, El Cafecito didn't hit yet, is we actually have protocols in place. So if ICE is to show up to a school, staff members in the office have been trained on the protocols, what they need to do. We do call our general counsel first, and then we call CCSDPD to all just make sure the protocol is to move them to a separate room. So if parents and kids are coming in through the office, we're not creating any type of panic. And that's the protocol we have in place. And I think that's important to talk about and say, because I know as we're going back to school, everyone doesn't know what's really happening, but we do have those protocols in place as a reminder. Thank you.
And finally, the principal, Lynn Soriana.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Lynn Soriano. I'm the proud principal here at Manuel Cortez Elementary School. Just wanted to reiterate the message. We are excited for a great school year, so welcome back, everyone. Schools are definitely safe places, particularly here at Cortez, but at all CCSD schools. We could not be happier to have everyone here. Thank you for everyone attending. Thank you to everyone behind me, and thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you so much. So now we'll just let anyone who wants to do personal interviews, they can grab somebody you want to talk to. And thank you all for coming out. It's not too hot, so we have a little bit of wind, as Channel 3 pointed out, so could be worse. Thank you so much for coming out today.
to have to deal with me for the rest of the day.
My feet aren't in it, right? I could put those down.
You're
there?
good.
Okay.
You're good.
And I'm just looking at you, right?
You're just looking at me. You know the drill. Yeah, you do. Okay. You tell me whenever you're ready, okay, Alan? Okay.
All right, Allura.
Perfect. Just for you to say and spell out your first and last name and your job title as well.
Yes, it's Cecilia Gonzalez, Cecilia, 2 E's. And then Gonzalez is Gonzalez, so 2 Z's in Gonzalez. And I am a representative for Assembly District 16, and I am also the chair of the Nevada Latino Legislative Caucus, and I'm also an educator.
Girl, you got so many titles, but but these titles all point to what we're going to be talking about, and it's just that those immigration resources that are definitely needed, especially amidst everything that's going on. I'm happy that the commissioner did talk about California and hopefully nothing like that happening there, happening here in Nevada itself. But I just want to go into your own connection in terms of that.
So I'm an educator, and I think this legislative session I brought a number of bills, AB 460 as well as AB 217, to really hopefully try to get in front of a lot of this immigration stuff that we had been seeing nationally. We knew that this was coming. This was what was said on the campaign trail. We knew that this second term would be much more devastating to our communities. We knew this, and so as a legislative caucus, we really tried to get together with the community and see what can we do. You know, I think that it is difficult to make federal immigration policy in our state, given that that's a federal right. But I also think there's a misconception that it is a federal issue, and so we worked on AB 217, which was unfortunately vetoed by the governor, which would have prevented ICE from coming to campus without judicial warrants. And then we also put together AB 460 out of these roundtables that we had with the community. And so we are trying as a caucus to continue to push resources to the community. It is very important that people have the resources. It is very important that families know what their rights are. We've also seen this used against ICE across the country, and also with community members stepping up. We've also seen examples where people start to ask questions, right? And so hopefully our community is standing up for one another and being well informed with resources that are available to them, we can kind of hopefully mitigate some of those harms that are happening.
I was going to say, just recently too, we did learn of Governor Lombardo saying, basically wanting to have the National Guard and deploy, I believe it was like 35 members over to help with President Trump's ICE agenda, right? But despite our governor doing that, we still have leaders within our community who are like, no, we're not going to stand by this. One being Superintendent Joan Ebert, who says you're going to have a warrant if you want to go into any of these schools.
Yes, and I think that speaks to the leadership of our community, and I also think it speaks to the leaders that represent the community and then listen to what the community is saying. The community is saying, we don't want this. The community is saying, don't tear our families apart, right? When you are community embedded, you know what those issues are. And I also think, too, like, we are elected to represent our people. We are not elected to bend the knee to Donald Trump, and that is exactly what Governor